Okay, we are in Silhouette Studio, and I am going to show you how to print and cut some shirt wash instructions. So we're going to start. I have a Cameo 4. I have a 12 by 12 cutting mat. I'm going to use a letter size sheet of cardstock to cut from. And then I go here. I usually cut off these two. And then you go here and you do your registration marks on. These are registration marks. And then the thickness, I turn it all the way up. Now, if you see the defaults on it is way here, way down here. So when you do this, it gives you more room to print and cut. You can go back to here and you can show the print border and the cut border. And I like to do this because the red line shows you where you can put your design. Anything you put outside the red line won't cut. Don't put anything in these marks, because if you put anything in these marks, your machine will not read your black lines correctly and your cut will be off. So I've already made my design, so I'm just going to paste it. And I haven't filled it in yet because I wanted to show you how to do that. This right now is just cut lines. To fill it in, you use this palette tool over here, and I'm just going to fill it in with black. These are cut lines. Your cut line colors right here. I can change that to black or blue or whatever. These are important whenever you are cutting a design that's several different colors and you want to cut by line. But we're not doing that right now. So I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to shrink it. And I want these to be about 2 inches. I'm going to say 2.25 is good. So let's see. That'll do right there. And so what I want to do to give it something, a solid backing, is I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to release the compound path, and I'm going to weld. And I'm going to show you where that's important right here. You're going to go to your thin screen. When you go to your thin screen, you see how all your individual words are lit up? Everything that's red will cut. So that you don't want your words to cut on here, you can do that one of 2 ways. You can either tell it to cut edge, or you can take and you can do like I like to do. I like to select no cut on that. And then this one here that I made, I'll just line it up and I'm going to take the color out of it like this. And you'll see when I line them up, using that tool up there, go back to send, and now it's just like that, okay? And now I can take and I can group that together, and I can adjust it and put it where I want to. Now I'm going to open my fill, my duplicate panel. I can either select fill page, but I don't like the way it fills the page. I'll show you. See, that's too much room left on the page for me. So I go back to here, and then I like to do it this way. And whenever you do it this way, if you take and you rotate by 180, then you can scoot that over some. Okay, then I'm going to rotate this by 180. And I'm going to scoot that one over some as well. And then I can scoot them closer to the edge, but I'm obviously not fitting another shirt there. But whenever I bring them down one, and I'm going to use my arrow keys to move these over and down just a little bit, then I can get another one over here. I'm just going to scooch it using my arrow keys. Right, now I'm going to continue to fill my page. And then sometimes whenever it gets to down here, they'll be further down. And what I'll do is I'll just delete one to get it off that. But this page looks great, so I'm not going to delete anything. I'm just going to allow them to have a little bit of separation. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to print. And see, they're a little blurry, but for demonstration's sake, I'm going to go ahead and print these. But if you're doing it for you, you don't want to look blurry, you might want to type this out instead of copying and pasting or whatever. So I'm just going to go with it right now. Print. Right now it's set up on my Sublimation printer, so I'm going to change it to this one, which is my regular printer. I'm going to go to Preferences, change it to Letter. It is plain paper, high quality, color. We're going to make sure that's unchecked, and we're not going to check none of this because it'll put lines in the design. Okay, apply and print. And it's going to print it like a regular letter size sheet of paper. I'll show you the print preview. This will be my print preview here. Okay, and now all I'm doing is printing it on my printer.
I'm using a generic mat. It's not a silhouette mat. It's just a regular, it's eCraft. I got it off of Amazon for cheap. So I'll show you how it works. I'm going to put some tape on my corners because I've done used almost all the sticky off this mat and I don't feel like washing it. Got it all taped up. Loading it on the Cameo. Okay, so we're loaded now. Okay, and I hit send. I made sure it was on cardstock, heavy texture. All of these machines are loud. That noise is perfectly normal. And here you are, little wash instructions.